There you go. That's a nice fish too, man. Well, I know what I need to put on, don't I? Let me get him.
No.
I'm using the wrong bait, aren't I?
Yep.
I'm gonna solve that problem right now.
Got this fish on a 3/8 ounce jig. Got black and blue. See those geese back there, they're waiting to get fed.
Yeah. They think you got some bread for them, don't they?
Well, I just missed one. Guess I had a little one hit me up there shallow. Yeah, you can just now see it coming up. See the sunrise.
It's pretty behind those clouds this morning.
Tie on a number 9 shad wrap. Raplet. Usually here it's a rock wall out here. Usually pretty good. You can catch some of these bass out here hanging on the ledges on it. It's usually a pretty good place to throw a crankbait or rattle trap.
If you're gonna tie that on, I'm gonna tie this new prototype crankbait that we're coming out with. This is just something that we're gonna test today and see how that works. And let's see what happens.
Look at that bank over there and you can see how much the lake's dropped.
Yeah, I bet that thing's dropped 6 inches.
Yeah, you can tell they've really dropped it this morning. You can see how wet and mossy it is on the bank.
Yeah, that's probably half the trouble right there.
Yeah, it hurts the fish and it repositions them a lot of times. It put them in different places.
Right there, shouldn't it?
We'll sneak up here and get a pitch on it.
Let's
see if we
try
can
it.
catch one. Ought to be a big one on this.
We tried jig, we tried the top water, we tried this worm. I'm gonna try this new spinnerbait. This is the spinnerbait they've been catching the big fish out Lake Fork on. A friend of mine that's a guide out there, it's also in our pro staff, caught a 10 on this bait right here, so I think we'll give it a try on this pile right here and see what we come up with.
They might want that. He might be wanting to prefer a shad.
You never know. The cool thing about this spinnerbait is you just barely have to reel it. And those blades still rotate.
There's one.
Yeah, you're right, those worms work, don't they?
Yeah, that's just about the average size of a lot of them around here. You can catch them pretty good on these. They think they're a wounded shad.
Huh.
A lot of times. Pretty good though.
I'm gonna quit talking and start fishing.
That's a 14 incher, probably close to it. There's a lot of them this size on this lake. About 2 years ago, they had a real good spawn. That's what those fish are from 2 years ago.
This looks like some pretty good cover up in here.
Yeah, these weed beds are pretty good to hold fish. They're a lot better when the lake's up about 1 foot or 2 foot.
Yeah, you can see.
And it puts a little bit more water on these weeds. They've dropped it quite a bit and it makes them hard to catch.
Yeah, you can see the.
There's still a few that'll hold in them, but it ain't nothing like it is when the water comes up. And there's a lot of weed beds on this lake this year. They haven't had any real high water like they've had in the past, and it's allowed these weeds to grow. There's a lot of places like here last year, there are very few weeds here. A lot of places didn't even have weeds. There's weed beds all over the lake. When the water comes up, it's really some good fishing. You can spinner bait and buzz bait. Works great. And even like, you know, this little trick worm works too.
Who makes that little trick worm?
It's Zoom makes them. It's called.
That's a pretty neat little worm.
Yeah, it's real similar to a sluggo. But it works.
Kind of like a finesse worm, maybe?
Yeah. Well, it's really more like a sluggo. Kind of how you jerk it, they more or less imitates a shad. There's one.
There he is right there.
Yeah, there's one in there. They like it. If you get it around them, they'll usually hit it.
Yeah? That's a nice fish.
Yeah, there's another keeper.
Yeah? Well, you're just tearing me up today, aren't you? I guess I'm going to have to go back to the worm. You about made me a believer.
They work a lot of times and a lot of other stuff doesn't. Put you one on and try it.
Yeah.
Because there's still a few in these weeds if we can get to catch them. You just got to work them out pretty good.
See if he's got my hook in his mouth. That's a nice fish.
Yeah. About time. He probably got my other worm in his mouth.
Well, I'm just gonna go ahead and go to the house. Just put me in that boat over there, and I'm ready to go.
Yeah, that's another pretty decent one.
Where's your clippers at?
Another good keeper. 'Cause you broke one off and he ain't got a hook in him and had one steal my other worm off of me, so
Yeah, he's
almost better than nothing there. If you just give it about 30 minutes and go back up there and throw on it, might get another one off of it.
Yeah.
That's a decent fish show. Like about a 2.5 pounder, maybe 2 3/4. They're fun to catch. There's a lot of them this size in this lake. Them go on away. Catch them again another day.
Yeah, I bet you know these fish by name, don't you?
Yeah. Yeah, he hit the boat.
Knocked him in his head, didn't you?
Did you see him? He flew out the water and he took that worm.
Yeah.
I hooked him in the bottom lip.
Right there. Tell you what, you got me convinced.
They like it. That's another one of them. Got a fat belly on him though.
Yeah, you want to...
There he is. Did you get one? You got a good one, don't you? You got a big fish. No, that's good.
No?
I thought it was bigger than that at first.
Yeah, this is where they're at right here.
Yep, they're on this other side. Got a little bit more water in the weeds. That's another keeper. Well, you got your one.
That's about
Got you
time.
one
isn't it?
in.
What's his name? I know you got him named.
His name's Sam.
Sam. I told you.
See that stump we fished earlier and come back here to it trying to catch one. You can see it's about out of the water now.
Yeah.
Tells you how much they're dropping in the lake right now. And generate that electricity for the air conditioners and everything, I guess, in this heat.
They must be generating a lot of electricity. They sure are dropping the bottom out, aren't they?
Yeah, they're getting it down a lot of times. Keep it from flooding on people and everything.
Yeah.
There's one. I knew there was one on that stump. It just took 4 or 5 casts to get him.
I tell you, that right there is a perfect ending to a perfect day. Isn't it?
Yeah, get nothing like that for
One last
early morning anyway. Guess it's about noon now.
Yeah, it's just about
A pretty good morning.
about 11:40. It's been a very good productive day.
Yeah. Well, I'm dropping the lake and everything.
Yeah,
I guess you can catch a
even if they
guess
drop the
bunch
lake
of these
on us.
yeah. You can get a bunch of these average size fish.
It's not
about
a bad
how
day.
they go.
Wouldn't win a tournament, but it's
chunk.
a lot of fun.
Yeah, it's a hard win tournament, but it always helps get a limit first of them.
Yeah,
That's a good way to get a limit. Makes it a fun day.
that's it. Well, hey, I sure appreciate you guys
Yeah.
bringing me out very
Me
much.
too.
I've had a good day. It's been
Nice
a good day
meeting
of
you.
fishing.
Have to go fishing again sometime.
Yeah, we'll have to do it again. You just let me know when.
Okay.